it seems I can't get away from making videos like this, even despite my not wanting to. But like, it comes to a certain point where I just gotta talk about stuff. Like, I don't like adding to the negativity in gaming discourse, but like, I have to talk about things sometimes. Like, today I'm gonna talk about the community managers in gaming, and like, for the most part, 9 out of 10 of them, you never hear about them because they are great community managers and they interact with their community positively. But like, the 1 out of 10 that you do hear, the 1 out of 10 that makes headlines of like these community managers that just abuse their power, and they go on this power trip because they probably have never had, held an actual position like of any importance in their life besides being a community manager in a Discord or on Reddit or whatever, or like, this goes the same for moderators. These people are so hungry on this like power trip, the fact that they have some small position within this community of a game, that they feel like they could just do whatever the hell they want to whoever the hell they want. And these streamers or their friends, whoever they are, they might not like certain people and will find any reason at all to get these people banned wrongfully. And if these people that are getting banned weren't making videos about it, if they weren't streamers, if they're not someone with some sort of public image at all, these situations would go completely unchecked. The most recent examples is, like, I follow Ready or Not, even though I don't really play the game that much. I don't know, the whole Ready or Not situation with what happened with the PS5 censorship and, just how they act in, like, the community managers themselves, or like the people within that Discord act. Like, it's so interesting and fascinating to see how it's basically a shit show over there in the Ready or Not community. It's very interesting to look at, but like, I look at that community and it's so toxic from inside out. Like, the community managers, a lot of the moderators, the people in charge of the Discord. The incident that broke the camel's back, and there's the reason why I'm making this video, is the whole Arc Raider situation with Nessie and Peach. And you probably have already heard about it, but basically how Peach thinks that she was harassed in game because a content creator went and killed her in game. And sure, okay, he's being scammy or whatever. He obviously backstabbed her, whatever you want to call it. But like, that's literally the nature of these games. And just because this Peach streamer has a community manager friend over at Arc Raiders, she gets him banned for harassment or whatever, just like basically lying, and he gets wrongfully banned off the game. And it's this whole situation where Nessie uploads a video compiling all the things that she's done to him, and then she copyrights claims it. She then gets all his information, files a police report, like, over something that happened in a video game. She died in a video game and is doing all of this. Like, it's insane. This isn't something that's new, by the way. This is just the moment that broke the camel's back for me. And I'm like, these community managers have to go. These like moderators and these Discords, they gotta go. The reason these situations blow up so much is because, well, for one, the person that's usually the victim of these situations, they're not doing anything wrong outside of like playing the games as they're intended to. Like, if they were cheating or using exploits or whatever, or genuinely like harassing streamers, which there are people out there like that. I fully understand, getting those people off the game, banning them, and basically exercising them from the community. That makes total sense. But like, these people that end up getting banned are usually just people who happen to run across a content creator and they kill them. And then obviously that's a really good opportunity for some content. But the content creator, oh no, you can't make content on me. You can't kill me in game. Even though it's literally within the game's systems and function for you to be able to kill them. Like, it doesn't matter that you're salty because they killed you in the game and then they uploaded the video on it. You don't then get to make police reports and, to go send your fans to harass them and send your fans to mass report them on games that you're not even on. Like, I've seen this multiple times where a streamer gets killed by a certain content creator and that content creator uploads a video of it. This streamer sees that content creator mainly plays a different game. They send all their fans to go report them in that other game where the incident didn't even happen. Like, okay, if you want to file a report or you want to report them for something that they did in game and you feel like it's justified to file that report, then go ahead and do it in that game. Don't send your fans, or don't go to another game and go to the stream profile and do all this other stuff. This completely outside of the game. That makes no sense. And again, they get away with this stuff because they have all these friends that are community managers, moderators, managers of whatever it is. Like I said, 9 out of 10 community managers are just really good people. Like, they know how to manage the community. They interact with the community positively. They deal with situations appropriately because they act like actual adults, and they don't act like a little teenager who didn't mature and who are just hungry on a power trip because now they have moderation powers over who gets banned because their friend didn't like that they got killed by this person in the game. what? Why do they have this power first off in the first place? Why can't they just ban people with no sufficient evidence at all? Their friend says, oh, I don't like this person for killing me. And then they made a clip or a video about me. Can you ban them? And then they just, oh, there's your username, ban. Like, why is there a system in place where community managers could just have streamers or their friends send them someone's username and then that gets them banned? Literally for no reason, there's no evidence or anything that they were actually in violation of the rules and just gets them banned. That doesn't make any sense to me. And a big downside of this is that this actually makes for really good content. Like, the reason why I find out about basically all these situations about like just dozens of community managers just losing their shit is because people constantly make videos on it because it's entertaining to watch, right? It's drama filled, right? And usually these people, they do get called out eventually for abusing their power. And these streamers get called out for helping someone abuse their power. But like, why do situations like this need to happen where, people constantly make all these videos of this community manager just abusing their power? And the only way we really find out about this stuff is from the people who make videos on it and bring attention to it. Like, yes, it does make for some good content. I won't lie, it makes for some good content and it's entertaining to watch, but it doesn't make for a healthy community. And like, this is what rots communities from inside out. You can just tell when stuff like this starts to happen, where community managers start abusing their power, or streamers and content creators start abusing their power, or even just the system being so from inside out where, if you do reach out, you have to be someone big to get noticed. Like, if you get banned for something that you actually didn't do, like, you have to be someone big for it to actually lead anywhere. Otherwise, you're just not going to get a response and you'll just stay permanently banned, being wrongfully convicted of something that you didn't do. Wait, and even anyways, a community manager, shouldn't their main goal just be to interact with the community? Like, why do they have ban powers? Like, why can they get people banned or get people restricted in game for a duration of time? Like, shouldn't that be someone else's power and ability to do that? Like, I don't understand why these community managers are just getting all the power in the world, and obviously they let it go to their head and they feel like now that there's somebody important, you're not someone important. You're just not. If you're a community manager, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're not a community manager who actually just actively engages with your community and tries to diffuse situations neutrally, like, you're a nobody. And yeah, like I said, these situations never directly affect me, and they most likely never will, because I just play by myself. But I look at these situations and it just makes me sick to my stomach. Like, if you can't handle situations neutrally, despite you having your friend in a conflict, you don't need to be a community manager. Also, if you can't take your feelings out of the equation regarding if someone should be banned or not, you shouldn't be a community manager. And if you don't have good conflict resolution skills, and if you can't diffuse situations neutrally, again, you do not need to be a community manager. I know this is going to keep happening. This is going to keep happening over and over and over again. And hopefully I don't ever lead to a situation where I'm caught in the middle of one of these, community manager power struggles and nonsense. But regardless of that, it still pisses me off seeing it all the time, constantly. And luckily, again, like I said, it does pay off because the people who are affected, they usually have an online presence or public image of some sort. So it usually gets resolved pretty quickly after that. But like, if you're not one of those people, you're basically screwed. If someone wants you banned in the game and they know the right people to get you banned, you're just And yeah, people always want to talk about how devs fail their live service games and how these higher ups fail their live service games. You got to start looking out for these people, these streamers, these content creators with their little friends, their little posse of managers and moderators. Look out for these people. They're the real rot in the community you're not looking for. Like, I can't stand these people.